cure was very simple. She had lots of money, what I said was jaded and bored because she was not expressed. Women who are not expressed fill doctors' offices. Many women don't belong in the kitchen at all. They're artistic, they're musical, they're maybe singers and so on. They seek to express themselves.
Hey, ¿qué tal? Y bienvenidos de nuevo a Domina tu mente. En el video de hoy les compartiré unos minutos buenísimos con el Dr. Murphy, en donde nos toca distintos temas. Uno de ellos es el secreto de la longevidad. Nos platica que conoció gente de más de 100 años y todo lo que comían. También nos cuenta sobre una mujer que vivía frustrada y cómo fue que salió adelante. Y además, como es su costumbre, nos da algunas afirmaciones.
Some years ago, I went to an island in the Pacific. I met a man who was 100 years old. He ate everything on the table. He smoked 2 packages of cigarettes a day, drank a pint of whiskey every day, and he loved the women.
What's wrong with that?
I asked him the secret of longevity. Well, he said it's very simple. He said, I have no grudges, no peeves, no resentment, no hatred. Every time, he said, when I open my eyes in the morning, I say, this is the day the Lord hath made. Rejoice and be glad in it. Biblical. Then he said, I say for about 10 or 15 minutes every morning, the rejuvenating, revitalizing power of God Almighty flows through me like a golden river, vitalizing, transforming every atom of my being, so that every atom of my being dances to the rhythm of the eternal God. He found the secret of life. The secret of life is joy, inner peace, the invisible ingredient. In the National Geographic magazine, a worldwide magazine, there was an article some years ago by a professor from Harvard, a medical doctor, a distinguished scientist on nutrition. He went to the Hunza territory near Nepal, in the south of Russia. He found people 110, 135, and some 150 years of age. They all sit around the table, they drink vodka, all kinds of wonderful food. But he said their diet is contrary to all the laws of hygiene or diet that we know of in the Western world. They don't seem to know anything about the calories that we have established. He cites the story of one woman, 135 years old. She's smoking all the time. He said, how many cigarettes do you smoke? She said, 2 packages a day, she said. And then she had vodka for breakfast. And he said they had tumblers of wine for every meal. He said he had to drink so much wine he was drunk. He found some women and some men in the fields working, 120, 125 years old. What was the invisible ingredient? Inner peace, equanimity, serenity, goodwill, and the laughter of God, full of laughter. The only being in all the world who can laugh is man. The reason for that is that God placed it in man so he'd get rid of his arrogance and pride. It's the finest way in the world to release tension. Anyone can begin to synchronize with God's river of peace. A wonderful exercise every morning would be the Psalms of God. The greatest prayers in all the world are in the Psalms. Nothing in all the world equals them. There are certain Psalms that people all over the world have used. These Psalms prevented them from the mouth of lions, from shipwreck, so-called incurable diseases, mountainous deaths, and fires on the ship. These experiences are in what we call the Akashic record. Akashic record. It's universal subconscious mind. In other words, these experiences of people all over the world are recorded, impregnated, indelibly written in the subconscious mind of the world, universal subconscious. You know, it is written, there's nothing lost in all my holy mountain. Therefore, when you use these Psalms with reverence and adoration, with veneration for things divine. You're tapping the same experience that these people had. And people are protected in miraculous ways. It's far better, of course, to know the inner meaning. But even if you don't, you'll get marvelous results nevertheless. Here are the Psalms that you should use. 23rd, 27th, the 1st Psalm, the 91st, the 100th Psalm, and the 39th Psalm. And the 37th Psalm, everybody needs it. And you'll find wonders happening in your life. I talked to a woman who was jaded and bored and frustrated. Did you ever hear a person say, I'm bored to death? That person is looking down on others. When you look down on others, you're looking down on yourself. You're demeaning and demoting yourself from all angles. Everybody is an epitome of the divine. This woman had pains and aches and conflicts. Where peace is, there is no pain. Where love is, there is no cancer. Peace and pain do not dwell together. Harmony and discord do not live together. When you say divine law and order governs my life, you can't be on a train that gets wrecked. For the simple reason, harmony and discord do not dwell together. You can't be in an old car that coughs and stops on the freeway. You can't be married to the wrong man, and you can't be broke. That's not divine law and order. You can't be frustrated, neurotic, or insane. It's heaven's first law. Your greatest prayer is divine law and order governs my life through divine love. Use it all the time. This woman's nerves, she said, were jangled. She was suffering from insomnia. There was nothing wrong with her nerves, but she was sending the wrong vibration through the nerves. The cure was very simple. She had lots of money. What I said was jaded and bored because she was not expressed. Women who are not expressed fill doctors' offices. Many women don't belong in the kitchen at all. They're artistic, they're musical, they're maybe singers and so on. They seek to express themselves. When the old man says you must stay home, it costs him a small fortune. He has to pay Dr. Freitag a lot of money. I'm trying to put him out of business. But that is so true. If the husband had any sense at all, he would know that if his wife doesn't express her inner talents, she'll become a neurotic, sick, or get some disease. This is why we have so many women in America who are silent drinkers. They're alcoholics. They're not expressed. You're here to release the inner powers and the talents within you. This woman was interested in music. She was also interested in flowers. I could go out and take a course on flowers and arrangements of flowers. Give lectures at women's clubs. Most women don't know how to decorate their homes. Immediately she got absorbed and engrossed in flowers. She got interested in nature and the beauty of nature. And her whole mind was transformed.
Y bueno, como pueden ver, el Dr. Murphy hoy nos da la clave para la longevidad. Y la verdad, creo que está en lo cierto. El estar libre de odio, de culpas, enojos, envidias y rencores, creo que es vital para una vida más sana en general. Como ya sabes, existen estudios que muestran que el estrés es la causa de un montón de enfermedades. Y todos esos sentimientos negativos son causantes de estrés, tanto para la mente como para el cuerpo. Entonces, tratar de mantener el cuerpo y la mente lo más relajado y libre de toda tensión negativa se traduce en más salud en general. Creo que el mantener el cuerpo y la mente ocupada en cosas que nos gustan, que nos apasionan y que nos mantengan en una frecuencia alta es bien importante. Al estar en esa zona, por así llamarla, podemos sentirnos más motivados, somos más creativos y productivos. Y creo que esto nos ayuda a encontrar nuestra misión en la vida y a expresar nuestro ser lo mejor que podamos. Así que encuentro esta lección y estas afirmaciones del Dr. Murphy muy viables para practicar todos los días y espero que las hayas disfrutado. Así que sin más, desde Domina tu Mente nos vemos en el próximo videoprograma. ¡Hasta pronto!